So very good evening from Riverside Park. Very chilly Riverside this evening for a game which has had a big build-up. A lot of people very excited to see the return of the south of Scotland playing a match for only the third time in the last 21 years, and they've won both. The kick-off then, the south in their traditional colours, the red and white hoop jerseys with the white shorts, and the players playing in their club socks, and the Caledonian Reds in their blue and red hoop jerseys. And immediately the high ball is gathered there by Graham Spears, and it's taken on the inside there down the stand side as the south looking to try and win ball. The scrum half Sean Goodfellow just trying to dig that one out, but it's wrestled back by the Cali Reds. Quick steal for them. And number 9 Peter Jurisiewicz there getting some early hands in the ball. That was also Jake Eaglesham involved there. So quick opportunity now for the visitors just to apply a little bit of pressure here, up and over halfway. Early stages here. Jurisiewicz just going in again, looking to create something from just inside the south half of the field. Taken on now just over halfway. Good strong running here from the Cali Reds. Once again quickly recycled through the halfbacks. That was good quick handling there from Liam Brims. He had pacey options just to his outside. Jurisiewicz once again onto Brims, drops the shoulder, cuts inside. Good attack there, tackled well though by Matty Carrier. Just slowed him up close to that 10-metre line. The south having looked to try and win some possession earlier on with Graham Spears, have relinquished possession so far. That's taken through the hands of Greg Ryan, the captain of the visitors, the Caledonian Reds. Now they're over that 10-metre line again, comes back this time to Erlen Og, plenty of experience, the Glasgow Hawks and former Scotland club internationalist. Back once more to Jurisiewicz through the hands of Liam Brims again. That's allowed to bounce, but it's continued on there. Good attacking play here from the Cali Reds, close to the south 22. They cut inside once more. Quick recycle ball is called for. That not the best of passes though, comes back and is won well by Jolins. Craig Jolins just on the angle, but he's slowed up there. South desperate for possession. Comes this time to John Cox, the prop forward. The loose head driving up a couple of valuable metres there. Jurisiewicz once again in behind looking for Brims once more. Brims has a couple of options to his right hand side. Solid challenge coming in though. The south jerseys led there by Matty Carrier up in force, and they're going down the blind side now. I think he's nudged into touch. He is indeed, Greg Ryan, the captain. Only the third time this century that the south have had a recognised fixture. The first time it's been an inter-district match as well. Of course, this almost on the anniversary of a win over Australia back in 1966. That's still to come a little bit later in the month, but very much recognised this evening as they're looking to break. That was good work from Webster just across on that far side as they cut inside once again, just trying to use the full width of the field. Comes now to Alan Brown, has a little look. That tight head prop is tackled well though by a combination of south players as they try and get back to their feet. But again, it's the Cali Reds breaking down their right hand channel and looking rather menacing. Again, we've played 5 minutes 40 seconds of this first half. Taken on nicely there by the gangly figure of Conor McFarlane up towards that 10-metre line, one of the tallest players on the pitch. McFarlane of Aberdeenshire. And the south are penalised just on their own 10-metre line, and that was good work there from the second row. Drive on again by the Caledonian Reds, looking at their options. Good direction play there, and it's once more James Pow this time in the second row with McFarlane. He was unable to make his move, but again Jurisiewicz just as a wee pick and go lunge towards the line, just caught just short. But I think this time they're practically on that try line. They signal that this try has been awarded, and it's Alan Brown, the tight head prop, who's last up with the ball, and he's delighted to get that score. And that was excellent teamwork, Dale.
Yeah, that was a bit quicker at the breakdown there. They have been very structured, very, very good with bringing the runners round the side. But there, Jurisiewicz just going for that dart, just kept the south on their toes a little bit and got them a little bit panicky. And when they went round, Alan Brown just found the gap, picked up the ball, and he only had one defender really to try and just hurl over the line. And he just got his body in a very good position. Greg Ryan certainly has got his troops playing the way that he wants them to play, and it's a good start for Caledonia Reds.
Bruce McNeil in position now, just in behind him is the scrum half Goodfellow. And again, it's just taken up towards the edge of that 10-metre line, on towards Hunter from Goodfellow again. Recycling ball, nice little interchange of passing there down this left-hand channel, and the break is on. This is promising here. Lovely interchange, and the South are going to be in for a score down their left-hand side. An excellent score there for the South. That was pace, that involved the backs, that was crisp handling, and the South through the hands there initially of Goodfellow. You could tell he had great determination when they received possession of the ball. They had men out wide, they had the pace of Robertson, but Armstrong, when he received it, he had one thing in his mind. It was to run towards the line. It was a solid direct run from Armstrong, and he'll be delighted to get a score on the board early on for the South. And Gregor Hunter then will be a real cheer around Riverside Park if he can add the extra 2 points here. That looks pretty good from here. The touch judges' flags are raised, and the South are level at 7-all. Goodfellow rolls the ball into the scrum then. The CALEDONIA trying to get the drive on. Here go the South once more, though, up towards that 10-metre line. Goodfellow calling the shots again, signalling he wants his players, his battering rams in position. That's driven on nicely there by the South, led by Bruce McNeil, their vice-captain. That was a very flat pass anyway, but the referee happy for play to continue. Again, Goodfellow going in. He's got Bruce McNeil directly behind him. He's thinking about putting boot to ball. He goes on an arcing run there, but the CALEDONIA are penalised, and it's a quick ball taken on by Goodfellow, shunted out the way by Bruce McNeil. Over the 10-metre line he goes. We've seen him do that so many times in a Hoyk jersey, carried forward by Sean Muir, his Hoyk colleague. Of course, Sean Muir, Scotland under-20s international cap, and he's certainly wanting to get into the thick of the action, but just going overboard there, the South. 7 points all. The opening try of the match coming from Alan Brown, the Caledonian prop forward, driving over from close range, and the South shortly afterwards, Lee Armstrong inside centre, offering himself up as an auxiliary left winger alongside Craig Robertson, finding space down the left hand channel in this first half. And Gregor Hunter with the conversion to give us a score of 7-all. Goodfellow on towards the aforementioned Hunter. Comes again through the hands of Spears. Again, they're looking to drive down this left hand side. This is a brilliant break again from the South, and it's the fullback Lewis Young that's in for the score. You hear the applause there as Lewis Young takes the congratulations of his teammates and the applause from the main stand, and that'll go down very well here on home soil, with Lewis Young showing great acceleration. Again, a spare man down that left hand side. The South lead 12-7. Stuart Graham and Gregor Law also in the action as capable line-out players, either as jumpers or supporters, but that's going towards the back of the line. Isn't tidy, isn't clean, and comes away from the hands of Juricevic and is attacked by the South. And Goodfellow in again once more onto Hunter, but his pass once more onto Sean Muir was almost blocked off there, and Muir was almost body checked. Comes back towards Hunter. Hunter is challenged off the ball. Now there's pace down the left hand side, but the referee again had already spotted something and had blown up, and he's just having a word with one of the Caledonian players. He's shown a yellow card there for, I think, a challenge off the ball. It'll be interesting to see that again. But Caledonian Reds then are down to 14 men, and it'll be disappointing for them to have lost a man with 4.5 minutes of the first half left to play. But it's their number 8, the experienced Jake Eaglesham, who was yellow carded, and Hunter with the kick then downfield. Eaglesham in the sin bin for 10 minutes, so he'll miss the remainder of this first half. 4 to go plus any stoppage time, and it's the South leading by 12 points to 7. And now the shunt is on. Remember, the CALEDONIA have lost their number 8, their influential number 8 is in the sin bin, the Falkirk player, as he has to watch on as the South are just controlling this drive towards the 5 metre line at the moment. All the play inside the Caledonian 22. It comes back out, comes infield now out of that latest drive. Goodfellow in behind, offers himself. There's Hunter, good angled running here by Robertson, but he's caught before he can make the 5 metre line. Goodfellow again is in behind, and Bruce McNeil drives towards the line and is over the line as the referee signalled the score. He has indeed, and that's a welcome third try immediately after the number 8 is in the bin. Bruce McNeil again, he just timed his run perfectly there as the pacey backs just opened up the Caledonian Reds defence, and McNeil just stood off, timed his own run and his offering perfectly, and he was in for the score. Hunter then with the conversion attempt. 1 from 2 so far. That looks a better one. It's a better one. It's another 7 points for the South. And the referee has seen enough. He's blown for half time. It's the South who lead by 19 points to 7. And plenty of familiar faces in the main stand, including Ian McLaughlin, Mighty Mouse at the front of the stand, watching on with interest at the latest instalment of this resurrection of the South. As Hunter puts up a high kick. Of course, his father, Gregor Hunter's father, played in the New Zealand match back in 1993 for the South, the match in which Gary Parker scored the South's only points. Chip kick ahead here. This is great play now by Gregor Young, having to play a bit of football. Dives in between the posts, over the line. Try number 4. Anything his brother can do, so can Gregor. And with the best part of a minute gone in the second half, after Gregor Hunter's intelligent play in midfield, it was Gregor Young that finished things off with an excellent solo try. That's always a difficult skill, trying to control a pacey, bouncy rugby ball when you're playing a succession of little grubber kicks. It's a chance now for the South though to clear, with Goodfellow still on the part. Thought he perhaps might have been a casualty there, but he's still on with those bright yellow boots. Great acceleration then from Goodfellow. He's got to try and find a measured pass on towards Hunter. Hunter now, the grubber kick from Robertson there on the left hand side onto Bruce McNeil. Suddenly the South have got something about them now, as that was taken on by Gregor Law just over halfway. They need some forward momentum. Goodfellow in position now, looking to try and release some of the pacey players just on that inside. The South, that just drops ever so slightly, as Stuart Graham was the man in possession of the ball at the time, but comes once more down through the centre, and it's lost though, and the Caledonian Reds, through a combination of players, are able to break away with the ball. That was good pass there from Lethengate. Back infield it goes, and a chance for the Cali Reds just again to build almost on their own 10 metre line. Yeah, Robertson plucked that one out the air, and now it comes away across on this far side. Robbie Shearer-Gibb with a chance to just show that he's one of the pacey Jed Forest players as well. Of course, a feature in the Jed 7 side as well as the starting 15. They cut the play back inside. They're over that 22, and they're going to be in for another score. It's touchdown, it's excellent play, and it's Ross Nixon off the bench who gets the try. And again, he was a spare man inside that 22 when they just accelerated in from the touchline, and Nixon positioned himself well to receive the ball, arced his run, and was able to touch down underneath the posts. And we've got 4 minutes of this game left to play. Hunter then left footed for another successful 7 points. It's a good conversion, and he's had a good evening as well, not just in terms of his overall play, but his kicking. And up towards that 10 metre line go the Caledonian Reds once again. They're playing up into stoppage time now. That was scooped up around the toes there, just over the 10 metre line, and taken on once more by the hard working forwards, as the Caledonian Reds, I think, are going to have the last phase of play. Well, that goes loose. Gregor Hunter, flat left-footed kick. A chase on now. Here it's Adamson up against Craig Robertson. Adamson just has no option but to belt the ball into touch there. The referee puts whistle to mouth, blows for full time. Ben O'Keefe signals the end of the game. The South 33, the Caledonian Reds 7. 30 seconds of stoppage time, all that was allowed. And Dale, first thing to say is that the South have protected that recent 100% record. A win against Northumberland, a win against the Barbarians, and here a win against the Caledonian Reds in this inter-district challenge match. Your assessment of the two teams, first of all the South?
First and foremost, it was a very accomplished performance. The game itself, Caledonia certainly looked like they were coming out, and they were meaning business. They had a good game plan. They certainly stomped that on the game first and foremost. But the South started to gradually just get a feel of the occasion, get a feel of the game, and start to really, grab it by the scruff of the neck. And when they did go on, their tactics were right. They played the right type of rugby in the right type of areas, and they certainly rose to the occasion that it is. A big crowd here down at Riverside Park to see the South this evening, and took their tries well. They got some very well worked tries and expansive play there.
A fair assessment then here, as the South have been just that bit too strong for the Caledonian Reds. The South winning here by 33 points to 7. Gregor, many congratulations, man of the match. A special night for yourself, captaining the South side to another victory.
That was a proud moment. Enjoyed every minute of it. It was tough going at times. We defended for most of the game probably. We couldn't quite keep hold of it, but I thought we were really clinical when we had the ball, and some of the defence was outstanding from the boys. Some of the last ditch tackling, that to only concede 7 points when they had probably about 70% of the possession was really pleasing from our part.
Yeah, I loved it. Games like that is, it only comes around once in a while. For us it's been, I think someone said, 8 years apart from that fixture last time. I hope it goes again. It's brilliant. I love it.
5 years is too long not to see the red and white hoops, and I hope that this can really, it means so much to the players and the coaches that we can at least have a game every year.